We late, man, but we still here. Shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out. There's an old saying that the elders always used to come at these people saying. Now they say, practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. So you know, having a conversation with somebody yesterday and a live last night. If you didn't get the live, check it out. It was short, but it was good to the point. But practice what you preach. You literally have people that are out here promoting goodness, promoting wealth, and they broke. You literally have influencers, and this is the thing that people got. They got this thing called like the vision. They like, man, I got the vision. I can make these things happen, but all I need is just for somebody to, you know, just believe in me. Believe in me. I ain't rich, but I'm gonna get my paper one day. I ain't that dude now, but I'm gonna be that dude eventually. And there's nothing wrong with that. You try to put yourself in the point of being a better, bigger, to a degree person. So there's nothing wrong with that for most. But, you know, you call yourself an influencer, you call yourself a preacher, because some people in the pulpit, just because you got those licenses and somebody gave you those licenses, that don't mean this is your calling. It just means, you took the necessary classes and everything else. And, you talk to people because to a degree, I should say, there's no real standpoint on most pastors. You can be the most crookedest pastor in the world, which we seen coming out lately about a lot of these churches. But it's kind of a shot on pastors right now. I'm gonna get off of them in a minute. But seeing that is, you have a lot of people just popping up talking about the goodness and the grace, but then they live in a double life. You know, How many pastors have got caught cheating? And it's not saying that all pastors are perfect, or to a degree, it is a point that you should be better than most. But it's like when it comes down to it, man, like literally, what you doing with yourself? You out here talking about pushing grace and mercy on a lot of the topics and issues with people, but what are you actually doing for yourself? You know, what are you motivated? Then you have influences, people that want to, preach the gospel, make man your life to feel good, your life to feel bad. Then ultimately behind closed doors, they're literally doing the opposite. They're downing people. I've seen motivational speakers talk about the joy and seeing the greatest and the best in people. And then turn around, what's going on, Sweet Thumb? What's going on, Bud Fives? They're talking about the good and the grace of people, and then they literally turn around and bash a person or be disrespectful to a person, you know, oh, you're beneath me. These words right here, you know, and it's literally crazy how in one breath I can say, man, I'm a loving person. I love all people, all God's creation and everything. And then in another breath say, man, get out my face. Man, you beneath me. You don't make as much money as me, or you don't look prettier than me. It's like those form of insults. You say one thing, but then you do another. You say you're this type of person, but then behind closed doors or when the camera's off, you're a whole different person. You know, be behoove it to me to say that I'm out here giving out information, and that's all I'm doing. I'm not stating that I'm a rich person, I'm a wealthy person. I told you guys I'm on the grind, I'm on you know, the rise just like you. I'm learning this information and I'm putting it out in the ether. I'm learning about different things in my life, and I'm like, well, I'm increasing my wealth, I'm making my life better. You know, why not share it? It comes to a point to say, hey, what's going on, God Construction? What's going on, Breeze Omega? What's going on? it comes a point to where I'm gonna say, yeah, man, I'm doing pretty good for myself. I want my friends to reap the benefits. Prime example. Shout out to one of my homeboys. You know, um, there's a situation which, he's doing different projects and making good for himself, making decent money. And, he brings me along on a couple of projects and I give him a helping hand. But he came to me one day and was like, why you don't invest in these projects with me? And we go in 50-50. I was like, well, I was trying to do my own thing. I didn't want to, jump into your biz that you got going on and, kind of hold you back or stop your shine. He's like, nah, man, we friends, bad boys for life. We in this together, we die this together, not physically, but, just talking mentally about the things that we're on a path to, uplift each other. Why not bring somebody along that can have your back? If I'm going out into the battlefield to become a soldier, it's always good to have a person that you can count on, you know, even as best friends. Shout out to I just had a brain freeze with his name. Can't stop walking, mowing, and cruising. Can't stop. He comes on in the morning, 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. And this morning he was talking about something real influential, dealing with a friend, somebody that got your back. I'm talking about a true friend, not just associate, not just a person that you deal with or at work. No, actually a true friend that literally has your back. And, spite out of all the stuff of him getting angry with this guy, going through it with this guy respects him. They have tit for tat moments, but it's always good to have a true friend that you can count on. Because spite anything going on, when it really like hits the fan, this person literally has your back. And, you know, you're right, because over time, man, people fall off. You know, people people don't remain the same. As the old saying, a lot of people nowadays don't remain the same. People fall off. All it takes is one issue. Take another influence. You giving out good influence, but you're a bad influence on yourself. And a lot of times people don't understand, like, you a hypocrite. You know, me and my friends several times have went through these arguments and talk like I'm the smart aleck in my group. Out of all my homeboys, I'm the smart aleck because if I say something that's true or I say something that, you know, kind of don't need to be said at that moment, then I'm the a-hole. I'm the dude that, when it comes like on this YouTube, I laugh, I joke, give my information out, but personally, I'm the dude that try to learn as much as I can because knowledge is power, you know. And me and my friend were having a conversation and he said, man, it's hard for me knowing the things I know and look at people doing things as them being smart, intelligent, and something. I'm just looking at them as the stupid, the builder's table. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? And it comes to a point to where literally it's an issue with me having, friends that truly we can spark great conversations because I'm trying to motivate you to get to my level or past my level. You know, I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I'm always trying to seek people who are better, wiser than me, you know, because that's the only way that I can enhance my life and grow. I don't want to be stagnant in one single place and, you know, going through these issues and things and overall, like, with nobody just helping me grow. I'm just staying the same, like throughout life, never growing as a person, never being a complete individual that grow with potential. More or less, I'm just stagnant, man. I'm like, dude, I ain't got no more gas in the tank. I'm done. That's it. Like, I don't want to be that type of person that, you know, man, I've been doing the same job for 40 years and mentally I haven't grown because I'm stuck in the same place. I want to be doing the same job for 40 years and have other business, have, other source of income coming off of that 40 because that was my security blanket for me to stay at this job and have a career, you know. And in Tail Online, I went from going into different spaces, talking to people, learning different things, and ultimately I came with this. And shout out to Dr. Dunbar. If you don't have his channel, the name of his channel is called Big Discussion 76. He has 4 channels. Big Discussion 76. He has Big Discussion 76, Science and Technology. Self explanatory, you already know what that is. Big Discussion 76 Sports, where he's a big Michigan Wolverine fan. And also his Big Discussion 76, what is it? Movies and entertainment. And I like the movies and entertainment side because they come from movies and entertainment, whether it be the actors, whether it be a good movie, great Marvel indication in which they talk about things about the universe, the Marvel universe. Just overall, man, his channel is great. But we were having discussion, and when it came down to it, I was like, a lot of the men that we're around talking with them because it's he's not married, I'm married. You know, he has a great career in STEM, science, and all. I'm just an average truck driver. And in some instances, a lot of times we're opposite of things, but we're having a discussion to enhance and overall educate people. You know, from his standpoint of going to college, his standpoint of in the field he's in science, and also with being his name, Dr. Dunbar, um, to a degree, you know, going a little more as far as with his science and technology channel to enhance and get people to grow more mentally and getting their kids into STEM, possibly the adults themselves, you know. But we were having a conversation. I was telling them, I said, man, I've grown into these fields of knowledge, learning about things, being self taught, learning about life insurance at a real young age. I've had this discussion many times talking about how I was a young kid or my great grandmother set me down, talked about not being a burden of having life insurance for the next generation, or if anything, just to bury yourself. Don't be a burden. Have money to bury yourself, you know. And that's a thing in which a lot of adults are not talking about, you know. You know how many adults die without life insurance? You know how many grown people rely on other people to hopefully donate some money through a GoFundMe, or possibly, have a fish fry or something to sell to, actually get money for, to be buried. It's a crazy thing, but it goes on literally all the time. And, you know, a lot of times nobody takes the initiative to talk to the family members and friends to say, hey, you know, this is something that we're going to need to, go through. This is something that we need to actually look at because this is a thing that could happen that hurts the entire family losing this way. But needless to say, I'm about to get ready to get off of here. Shout out to everybody coming through because, I'm going to go check out Miss T with the T. Now, I don't want to interrupt her time. And also, I was a little late pushing for my time as well, you know. But in the end, man, if you're giving out good advice, it's great. But take your own advice and do better for yourself as well. You know. With that being said, shout out. I see you, Gold P. That being said, shout out to everybody through here. You know, we here, and like always, we gone. Peace.